In a world obsessed with luxury skincare, the real secret to healthy skin might cost less than your morning coffee. John Cena's story is a wake-up call. No cream or cosmetic can replace the power of simple, consistent sun protection. This isn't about beauty, it's about health. Your skin doesn't care how much your skincare routine costs. It cares whether you protect it. Palm Health is here to help you make smarter, preventive choices. And if you want more stories that put your well-being first, subscribe and stick around, because this is just the beginning. A childhood spent under the sun, with no protection. John Cena's upbringing was the kind many can relate to. Summers filled with outdoor adventures, sports, and long afternoons under the sun. Born in 1977, Cena grew up during an era when sun safety simply wasn't a priority. "I grew up in a household with 5 boys," he explained. "My mom had her hands full and sunscreen wasn't on the checklist." There were no daily SPF routines, no reminders to reapply every few hours. It was just raw exposure to the sun, day after day, year after year. As Cena entered adulthood and moved to Florida, a state with some of the highest UV indexes in the US, his habits didn't change. Despite the heat, the beaches, and the blazing skies, sunscreen remained off his radar. "I was stubborn," he admitted. "I just didn't think something like this would ever happen to me." Sound familiar? That mindset, that invincibility complex, is something millions share. And for Cena, it would nearly cost him dearly. The wake-up call, a routine checkup, turned life-changing. It wasn't a dramatic collapse or sudden illness that tipped Cena off. It was a standard dermatologist appointment, one he almost skipped. During the exam, the doctor noticed a suspicious spot on Cena's right chest, and within days it was confirmed to be cancerous. "I got a phone call saying, 'You've got skin cancer.' That's not a call you forget," he said. "You start questioning everything." He had the spot removed. The scar was minor. The warning, anything but. But just a year later, lightning struck twice. Another spot appeared, this time near his right shoulder. Again, it was cancer. Again, it had to be removed. These weren't just skin blemishes. They were flashing red signs that his past had caught up with him. "I realized I had spent most of my life completely exposed to something that could kill me," Cena said. And for someone who's built a career on strength and resilience, the feeling of helplessness was new and deeply unsettling. For the turning point, from total neglect to daily protection. After 2 skin cancer scares in 2 years, Cena's attitude toward skincare changed dramatically. "I went from total neglect to total protection," he shared. "I started researching the strongest sunscreens I could find." But there was a problem. Many of the high SPF products left a white, chalky residue on his skin. Not ideal for someone constantly in front of cameras. "It felt like wearing paint," he joked. "Not something I wanted on my face during interviews or shoots." That's when Neutrogena stepped in. Not just with a product, but with a campaign that matched his story. Enter Neutrogena, when branding meets purpose. Neutrogena approached Cena with a new product, the Ultra Sheer Mineral Face Liquid SPF 70, a lightweight, invisible sunscreen designed for people who want protection without the mess. Their slogan? "Sunscreen you can't see." A clever twist on Cena's iconic WWE catchphrase, "You can't see me." Initially, the campaign was supposed to be just that, a smart brand tie-in. But when Cena shared his real-life skin cancer battle with the team, the partnership took on new meaning. "I told them, 'I've been through this,'" Cena said. "If I'm going to promote this, I want people to know why it matters." Suddenly, it wasn't about selling sunscreen. It was about saving lives. John Cena's new daily routine. Today, SPF is a core part of Cena's life. It's as natural as brushing his teeth. He applies the Neutrogena Ultra Sheer Lotion every morning, especially when heading outdoors in Florida's intense sun, and keeps the spray version nearby for reapplication throughout the day. Before, I never gave it a second thought. Now, I don't leave the house without it, he said. And because it's invisible on the skin, Cena says it's easier than ever to stay consistent. No awkward residue, no camera-shy moments, just daily protection. The emotional battle, more than skin deep. For someone who's played larger-than-life heroes, Cena admits, nothing could have prepared him for the fear that followed the diagnosis. My mind spiraled, he said. I started wondering, what if this spreads? What if it comes back again? The emotional toll of cancer, even in its early stages, is often overlooked. But Cena says it was one of the hardest parts of the journey. I had a great dermatologist who really helped walk me through the process, he added. They were there not just for treatment, but for reassurance. That support was critical, because for Cena this wasn't just a medical issue, it became a mental health one too. Changing the conversation around masculinity and skincare. Let's be honest, skincare still carries stigma for men, especially in hyper-masculine circles. But that's exactly why Cena's involvement matters. When people think of sunscreen, they don't think of me, he said with a laugh. But that's the point. He wants to show that skincare isn't vanity, it's survival. And if he can help shift that narrative even slightly, then every scar, every uncomfortable conversation will have been worth it. I'm not trying to turn everyone into a skincare influencer, he said. I just want guys to realize that protecting yourself doesn't make you weak. It makes you smart. Or the bigger crisis, why this matters now more than ever. Skin cancer is the most common cancer in the U.S., affecting 1 in 5 Americans by age 70, with over 2 deaths every hour. Despite this, nearly 70% of adults rarely or never wear sunscreen. Melanoma cases have more than doubled since 1990. The good news? It's highly preventable with awareness, sunscreen use, and regular skin checks. Know the warning signs, the ABCDEs of melanoma. John Cena urges people to be proactive, not reactive, when it comes to skin health. Dermatologists recommend using the ABCDE rule for spotting melanoma: asymmetry, border irregularity, color variation, diameter over 6 millimeters, and evolving changes. Other warning signs include pearly bumps or persistent scabs, basal cell carcinoma, and crusty growths or red patches, squamous cell carcinoma. If you notice anything unusual, get it checked early. Don't wait. John Cena faced the fight of his life, and it wasn't in front of a roaring crowd. It was a silent, invisible threat that crept in over time. But instead of backing down, he's using his voice to protect others from the mistake he once made. So, before you step outside tomorrow, ask yourself, did I protect myself today? If John Cena can learn this lesson the hard way, maybe you don't have to. Don't wait for a scare. Wear your sunscreen, check your skin, protect your future. And remember, you can't see sunscreen, but you'll definitely see the difference it makes.